Saturday, November 13th, 2021, 2:45 p.m. Just want to show off this little shelter I have that I currently live in. First found this spot 3.5 years ago now. I've spent most of my life homeless for unconventional reasons. Like, if you really dig into it, it makes sense, but it's really hard to explain. Like, I don't do drugs, I don't drink. I mean, like I said, it's really hard to explain. I'm just a loner, a nomad. Hence the name, Rob the Nomad. But yeah, I found this spot 3.5 years ago. And my stuff has been unfound, untouched, other than animals destroying everything the entire time. Started out as just a tent. Well, I was in a tent down the hill a little ways, but the hill just was really annoying to sleep on. And people could see me from down there, so I moved up here. And you could still see from the road. Like, I don't know how well this camera can show it. It's just a cheap phone, but there's road everywhere, all around me. Cars, people walking, businesses. So I'm trying not to be seen. I set up the tent, and the woods are full of like fallen dead trees everywhere. Just, it's kind of cleared out now because all the trees are around my shelter. But if you go up into the woods, it's just like thick bush, dead trees and branches. So I started laying them around the shelter, like to keep the animals out, raccoons and all that, and be less visible. And over the years, it's progressed into this, which I'm pretty proud of. It's pretty amazing. It's rainproof. I don't know about the snow yet. It's supposed to snow tonight, so we'll see. But it's windproof, rainproof, animal proof. Like, sometimes animals still come in here, but it's not so bad. And this tarp, like right here where the bungee is, it comes down and then stakes to the ground, so I have an extra wall. Then there's a little outdoor area. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. You have the tent in there, the cooler, chair. Sleeping bag and that blanket was what I used last year. But they got soaked and moldy, and animals like got into it, so they're now walls, which helps a lot with the wind and the cold. I have a little broom that I found on the side of the road to try to keep it clean. And I have an extra tarp around the tent, which helps so much. Then there's a tent behind for a back wall. That's where the wind comes from. And both of these tarps are staked to the ground behind the tent. And then they're zip tied and tacked and have Gorilla Tape. Have ventilation back there. And it's held up. Like, don't be fooled by that stick, it's really sturdy. Then the tent poles for my last tent that was destroyed by animals and snow. Then I even have the stick staked to the ground so it won't move in the wind. Yeah. This is my home. Three and a half years now. I don't know how. Like, I'm so close to everybody. I don't know how nobody has found this place. Hope I'm not jinxing it. But I've even heard people come into these woods. And I found another camp probably 100 yards away. Really old camp, but yeah, I was out here last summer and people came into the woods. I thought they were looking for me. Like, I really think they were. But they couldn't find it. Thanks to all these trees and the brown tarp. It works perfectly. And then this is my trail. It's like a deer and raccoon trail. It goes down the hill, then to the left, and out to the road. But now with all the leaves gone, like, it's completely visible. Like, I'm completely visible right now. I'm just risking it. So I had to create a new one. It's still visible. I don't know how it's gonna work in the snow. Go up here. I cleared all this out. Like, this trail right here looked like this. Just a complete mess of sticks and fallen trees and branches. So I cleared all this out, added it to my walls. I thought about continuing up, but there's a house back there. If I go any further, it could see me. So I turned, cleared all this out. And this also looked like this. Now it's a clear path. And it goes down the hill and out to the road. It's nice. Winter is here though. It's supposed to snow tonight finally. We'll see how that goes. Don't really have a problem keeping warm. I have some good blankets and the heat stays in the shelter very well. It's probably 5 to 10 degrees warmer inside than it is out here. And it's bad for the summer because it's an oven. Yeah. This wall is probably the smallest of all of them. It's mostly branches. But it does have some trees in there. And this wall, I built it up with bigger trees because I have a tree right next to me. It's like all dead. The woodpeckers get it all the time, and I thought 2 years ago it would have fallen by now, but it's still there. I've tried to push it down, like you can move it. So that's why I have all the bigger trees as part of this, so if it falls, like, maybe it won't get me. And the branches go in right above the tent, right above my head, so I'm pretty protected. Yeah. Wish I lived a normal life. I'll explain it another day. Plan on doing a lot with this channel. Take a little look into my life. But Just hanging out in the woods.